Okay, we're going to install the Skidoo GPS and glovebox extension kit. There's two separate part numbers, one for the GPS, one for the glovebox extension kit. And to start with, we got to get the glovebox extension kit installed. So first thing is to remove the windshield. And next, remove the glovebox cover, the old one. And then next is to remove the gauges, which there is two little tabs, basically push down, you can see them, release it, hold a little pressure, push this one down, release it, hold a little pressure, slide it out, pinch the connector, remove the gauges. Next things that you want to remove is the pod here. So to remove that, there's 4 screws here, which I took out already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 2 in the back, 5, 6. And remove your side pieces here. They basically just slide out on the rubber grommets and then lift up like that. Because we need to take this off to mount the glovebox extension. So slide it out, pop it up, and then I'll take the rest of the screws off so I can take this piece off. Okay, so we have all this off so we can get at what we need. The big thing we need to get to here is the connector for the power on the back side of your can. So here's the glovebox extension cover. First thing we have to do is drill out these 6 holes to 13/64ths. And then enlarge these two in the center here to a 1/2 inch, and then make sure we take out all the material up to the raised edge, and flip it around on this side and put the foam sticky pad on there. So that's the next step, so we'll do that. Okay, so all the holes are drilled, and then the center 2 were drilled, then drilled a 1/2 inch, then connected with a razor knife to cut that out. And the pad was put on it. The pad has an up and a down. The holes are centered more towards the up. And you have to feed the wiring through. And then the Garmin cradle goes on. And the Garmin goes up, the connectors go at the bottom. Now you need to use the Skidoo hardware, not the Garmin hardware. The Skidoo hardware is the stainless steel hex bolts. They go through 4 of them, and then on the back side you're going to use a stainless steel washer and the lock nut, and those are all the ones that came in a little package with the cable ties, so it's a VRP package. So we'll put all 4 of those in, and that'll be our next step. Okay, when you're done, the glovebox cover looks like this. So the rubber tab is sticking through. You have the wire loom on it all the way up through the end. You have 1 cable clamp up on this corner one, then the washer with the lock nut, and the front has the 4 stainless steel 7mm heads, and that little rubber piece stays in like that. So that completes the cover. Now we can go on to the next step. Okay, next we have to drill some holes in this to mount the glovebox extension. So the holes are pre-dimpled, but they're not drilled, and the directions have the wrong size holes. So drill these to 13/64ths, those 2, or sorry, 11/64ths, those 2, and then it tells you to drill a hole right here in the center of this. So come dead center, go up 7mm, and drill a hole 13/64ths, because that's basically for this bracket. So now we can take this glovebox extension cover, which fits in there nice, and then we can put our 2 screws that come in the kit for the glovebox extension. If you have to elongate the hole a little bit, you can to get it if you didn't get dead center. Then we can mount our next pieces. Okay, so I have one of the self-tappers in that side. It leaves this side free. Now I can feed the wiring in like that. Says in the directions to mount your next cable clamp 270 millimeters from this cable clamp center to center, aiming the same direction. So that's done. Now we'll put it in the hinges like that. Now we can put this other bolt in. Then basically we'll be able to take this piece and the cable clamp, put it on this side with the last nut and Torx head bolt that's in the kit, and that way this wire stays out of the way. When you open it up, it's nice and tight and flush, so you'll be able to still put things in your glove box. So we'll do those couple steps and then this part will be done. Okay, when this part's all done now, we have our 2 screws in the bottom to hold the glove box extension. We have our cable clamp on at 270 millimeters. And when we open the door up, you can see the cable runs nice right along down in, so it really won't get in the way anytime we open and close this. And of course, if we want to snap in our GPS, we can do that easily. And it snaps in very secure. And when we open it, we can still get down in our glove box. So, and we can push a button and release it right out of there. Okay, on to the next step. Okay, up here is your power connector, ignition power connector. They give you this crazy adapter with the kit. So basically when you plug it in, it will then give you the option to have an existing one left over to plug some other accessory in. It's going to give you the one to it'll give you the one to plug into your GPS, and by basically making a pigtail out of it, it'll give you another spot to plug something else in, and also a standard set of taps to plug something else in. So if you wanted to do, you know, a seat warmer, a visor, you know, those kinds of things, you have all kinds of taps on here. So basically that'll plug in and sit right down in this little space in front of the headlight. And to get the wire out of the glove box to go back here, if you look in this upper right hand corner, there's a little slot and a little dimple marked. That little dimple needs to be drilled out so that we'll be able to fit our wire through there. It gets drilled out to a 5/16. Then our wire loam will come out of there, turn this corner, and follow the other headlight wires down along the front and be coiled up in the front here with a tie wrap, and then tucked down inside, and then the whole housing will go back on. So it'll all be a neat assembly, and it should work perfectly. So that'll just take a few minutes to tidy that up, and then we'll be mostly done. Okay, once you have it all together, you see how the wire goes tight to the cover, the door, down around, through your cable clamp, and over tight to the hole you drilled. And you can push whatever cable you want through there, so there's nothing left in your glove box that you don't need. And then of course it goes down, runs along the headlight, and goes to the wiring underneath, which you have all tie wrap. You know, jiggle this back and forth, do whatever you have to do, reach in here with the side covers, but when it's all aligned easy, it goes down nice and tight. Then you can put your 4 screws back in the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, and your 2 screws in the back. And then the last thing to do is put on your side flares. Goes up top first, and then pushes in the side like that. Same on the other side. It goes in the top first, then pushes in the side. And then the next easiest thing to do is put your gauges in. So the gauges, it's really important to make sure that they snap in tight. Okay, that's a connector snapped in tight. You put the bottom in first of the gauges. So once the bottom's in tight, now you can go in with the top, get it aligned, and it's got to snap on both sides. Like that, like that. Now it's snapped in on both sides. Now I still have good use of the glove box. This is all working with no issues at all. Now the next thing we'll do is we need our windshield and our GPS. So here's the GPS. It basically mounts on the bottom first and then just slides up like that, and it's in pretty darn nice and tight. We just powered it up. You know, it has the BRP logo when it first powers up. Goes through the little boot up screen, and you know, you can do just about everything with this GPS. It's pretty nice. The lock is nice and tight, and there we go. We're ready to start GPSing. And then the last thing, of course, is put the windshield on. So 3 grommets, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And when you put everything together, your last bunch of bolts, you know, you want to make sure, just like BRP says, on all the stainless steel ones, make sure you use a little blue Loctite. And that's it. It's right where you want to see it. It's easy to see. And we're done.